Welcome to the 30-day transformation challenge with a focus on prayer. Welcome to day number one, week one, day number one. This is the beginning, and I'm glad that you're here. I wanted to give you just a little bit of an overview of what you're going to be doing today, but I wanted to explain a little bit about some of the verbiage that I'm using, like exercises and discipline. And that is because the Christian life is often compared to the life of an athlete. Paul would say, for instance, to the Corinthians, run in such a way that you might win. Now, he was doing that because he knew his audience was familiar with the precursor to the Olympics that took place. He knew that they knew what it was about to exercise and to be discipline yourself in order to reach a goal. And so I use those words. I use the word exercise. For instance, today, day number one, exercise number one is simple. You're going to begin your prayer journey, your transformation journey at the feet of Jesus. And so be at the feet of Jesus today. That's what your 15 minutes about. And it's about telling him of the desire of your heart, even if it's only a little desire. Or you've struggled before and you've been stuck in the past and you want things. Tell him all those things. He can handle that. He wants to transform you. And so just be in his presence for 15 minutes today. And you're going to confess to him your desire to make prayer a daily habit. Just like you spend time with your spouse or with a child or with a best friend or whatever, that relationship demands that time. It's no different in your relationship with Jesus. Just give him that time. In upcoming exercises, you might need to get up a little bit earlier. You might need to stay up a little bit later, or you might need not to go and have a burger for lunch, but instead spend that time in the Word, feasting on him. There's a lot of different things you're going to be doing in order to put yourself in a position to reach a different goal. That is to see more of Jesus in your life. So that's the first activity. Just spend those first few minutes confessing your desire to make prayer a greater part of your life, to be transformed into the likeness of Jesus. Now, the second activity calls for you to put this 15-minute segment of prayer each day into your calendar. What I have found, and I suspect most of you would agree, is that the more often it's in your prayer, in your calendar, the more likely you are to do it. It's very similar to the whole idea of writing a goal down. The more likely it is to be fulfilled or for you to see it if it's written down versus just something in your head. So right now, go to your calendar. If that's a Google Calendar or a physical product that you have, write that time for prayer down somewhere. 6 o'clock in the morning for 15, 30 minutes, at least 15 though, that's the challenge. Write that down, prayer time, or be with Jesus time, however you want to label it, but put it in your calendar, okay? Do it for today, do it for tomorrow, and for the next 30 days. Very, very important that you finish this activity. Shouldn't take you very long, especially if you do it electronically. If you're like me, you do most of this kind of stuff in the morning because you're less likely to be distracted by life, by work demands, by people needing things from us. And so I'm often up by 5 a.m. in order just to do the things I need to do to nourish my soul. But it might be different for you. You might be a late night owl where 11 o'clock at night, it's the last thing you do is you're spending time with God in prayer. So get that into your calendar. And then the third activity you're going to do today is you're going to create a journal, a transformation journal, where you will record your thoughts, your experiences, your desires, your challenges. And it's all for you. It's a safe place for you to share your thoughts, for you to share your prayers, just what is going on in your mind, specifically as it relates to your transformation process, okay? That journal can be obviously an online document that you can access at your PC or your laptop or your phone. A lot of people choose that. Now, for me, this is one of those things, and I've said this before, I actually prefer a physical book for a journal versus an online one. That's just me. I have mine right here in front of me, and I'll show you more of that a little bit later. But yeah, get yourself a journal because you're going to be using it every day. Okay, this may be a new activity for you, but just be at peace. Many of God's people have used a journal. They didn't necessarily call it that. David wrote down so much of what was going on in his heart and life. We call them the Psalms. Other men and women of God have used the discipline of writing down what is going on in their lives throughout history. And so you're going to do that same thing. Very simple thing to do. So that's all we're doing today on day one. We're scheduling that time. We're spending that 15 minutes in prayer, just telling God this is what we want. And then also developing that journal, and go ahead and put that first entry in there. Just your hopes and dreams as to your transformation, what you want to become. We're going to spend more time on that very idea I think tomorrow, in tomorrow's activity, as to what it is you want to become, why you're doing this. I want that picture fixed in your mind. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. If you have any questions concerning this particular day or ways that we could improve this, comments, please put them down in the description below, and perhaps all of us can benefit from that. Okay? We'll see you tomorrow.